Hello everyone, this is Joe. Welcome to Synergy. I'm quite excited about this game. It came out a couple weeks ago. I tried the demo on the channel and I was really enjoying it. I love the art style. And as a city builder, it has some good stuff on its own. I thought I'd do at least a video on it, and if you are enjoying it, maybe I'll do a few more. So let's begin. To start the game, you have the choice between 3 campaigns. Let's go with the tutorial. I've played this game before, but it might be a better first video for people watching if you see the objectives. The story of this game, so we will be a group of exiles. Our little oasis ran out, and we have to go somewhere else. And apparently we decided to go in the desert, because why not? I guess the world doesn't have anything better. Let's begin. The art style of this game is really made to look like European comics, which makes me instantly attracted to this game. Alright, so here we are. After walking in the desert, we finally found new lakes. Apparently it's toxic, but nothing stops our band of exiles. So let's see what we can do about it. Okay, so this is our lake. As a first thing, we're going to build a pontoon so we can get some toxic water. Game now has a nice little tooltip telling us to press shift if we want to rotate. This was not in the demo, so nice little quality of life improvements already. Okay, so this will get us water. Our purification basin will purify that water. And the water tower will store this water. Our pontoon is ready. Now we just need to wait for the other 2 buildings to be completed. This is a type of city builder where your unassigned workers will build and transport stuff for you. If I look at the top of the menu, you will see we have population of 10. We can see that 2 of them are busy building, but they are not assigned to anything, so we're going to assign some workers to our pontoon to get the toxic water. I'm going to put 2 in the pontoon. Okay, we'll put 1 person to purify, and they will take care of bringing it here by themselves. Alright, our little people are happy to have water. Okay, this tells us we have a weather system, which you can see on the left. So we are in the temperate season. And at some point the drought will come and we need to be sure we have enough water. We'll build another basin to make sure we accumulate clean water fast enough. Assign 1 more citizen to our new basin, and we just need to collect 20 water. This is our little camp. We have people not doing anything, so we're just gonna collect what's in that ruin. No, our people wants a home. So we need to provide them shelter and a warehouse so they can store whatever they're gonna gather. And it says we can collect rocks everywhere. Thank you game for this tutorial, but we know how to click on rocks to collect them. Okay, so this is where the rocks are. We can press F to rip it out. And we can select multiple of them. Some of, let's say I click on the plan, there will be more than 1 action. We're gonna get there soon, but when it comes to rock, it's just picking up the rocks. I'm planning on putting a village around here. People like to be in the shade, so these trees will be important later. Okay, so now we need to build housing, and the houses need to be next to a cellar. Our exiles will get their food and water from there. And this is just to explain that our little people will move things around depending on the priority. But in general, they'll take the building from the producing building and store it where they can consume it, like cellars and warehouses. And we can also make a building a priority if we need to do that. We have nice little houses, and we need to build a cellar first so that we know where we can put our houses. There's different type of houses, by the way, that requires different material. An example, this takes 20 rocks. This takes 10 rocks and 10 tree barks. And this one takes 4 of these little tube things. Oh yeah, it's tree trunk. We have 48 of them. And we need to build 3 houses. Oh, I think we want to keep way more water than this in there. This thing is not producing because it's missing toxic water. Put one more person for now. Okay, so our clean water will end up in here. Alright, we have all our houses. Next we need to look at the plants around our town. But we don't know what they are, so we'll need to build a field laboratory and inspect them. And once we know what they are, we'll have different actions to do on them. Let's say we can harvest the fruit, or we can rip it out for wood and things like that. Okay, the game gave us a few more people to work with as well. So let's build our field laboratory. This can be anywhere, they can go anywhere on the map. I'll put it here, it's gonna be our little science camp in the middle of the desert. We'll need to build the picker's cabin, but we need to analyze the plants first. And we need to get watery pods at first. We'll assign 2 person. We have a few things to analyze. These plants. Some weird bulbous thing here. Some little rooty thing here. In the demo, if you did multiple times the research on the same plants, it was not doing anything. So I'm going to assume this is similar. And we have one more here. While they're doing their research, we're going to build the picker's cabin. Most of our material is around here, so I'll put our picker's cabin right here. Oh, we have an analysis ready. This is what I meant by the different ways of handling a plant. If you're ripping it out, well, the bush will be gone forever. But you get some branches. You can pick it up and get the watery pods, which can be used to eat. But if you trim it, you can also get some branches. The bulbous plant study is also ready. These cabbage shrubs will give us vegetables if we trim them. And if we pick them, we'll get vegetables and rotten resources. Woohoo! And next, the whipping gourd. We can get some clean water if we rip it out. Guess very, very dark situation. We can get lianas if you trim them. And if we try to pick them, we're gonna get a wound. So we'll try to avoid to do that. Alright, we have one more research in our field laboratory. Try to research one more time the berries in case it changed since the demo. But for sure, reduce the number of workers in this to 1. And start picking up in the cabin. How that works, after you assign your workers, you click on the plus, and then you choose between picking and trimming. So let's look at our little log. If we want to get watery pods, we need to pick the little bushes. We could also pick the cabbage. We'll need both for food at some point anyway. Just realized I haven't done the giant trees. Okay, let's start picking some stuff. Okay, after you select picking, you can see what you get, so it's pretty easy. Alright, we collected enough watery pods. Alright, next we need to build dishes for our people to eat more fun stuff, as well as a forge to create some tools. Okay, we just analyze the little riverbank finger to get some seeds. And if we kill it, we killed it. So, good to know. Alright, let's build a kitchen. The watery pods are stored in the cellar, so we'll put our kitchen nearby. Put our kitchen around here then. It's pretty big. Our big tree will give us bark and tree trunks. And we only have one option, is to cut it down. I do not recommend it. Got a little issue with that during the demo. Kitchen is ready. Yeah, so if we have vegetables in pod, we'll make just simple dishes. I was wondering why the cellar didn't have enough water, but I think I see it now. I had set to keep 200 in there, which means they were not transporting it to the cellar. That should solve our water distribution issue we had earlier, and make people walk much less to get it. It says some transportation requests are not being performed. I think we had too many people assigned, so I reduced it. We should be fine. Alright, let's look at what our cinder sprout can give us. We can get some ashy kernels from this, and otherwise we can get some bark. I'm gonna add a few more items to pick up in our picker's cabin. We'll need to build another cabin soon, because we can only do one action from it, so it's stuck on pick, and we would like to do some trimming as well. Okay, let's build our forge now. So we'll need rocks and 3 bark. We'll build and some branches. We'll put that here. Everything it needs is in the warehouse next to it, so it's the perfect location for it. Kitchen needs vegetables. Well, we'll get some of that here after. Okay, we have a lot of water. I'll reduce it a little bit. Yeah, we have a lot of toxic water accumulated. And I'll build another cabin because we want to start trimming stuff as well. This will pick a lot of items that's going to go in the warehouse, so that's why it's a good spot, I think. I'm going to do a last check in case there's something else we haven't seen on the map. I don't think there's anything we haven't... Oh, we haven't analyzed this, I think. Oh, that's the same thing, but big ones. Let's go with this. I think that's it. Yeah, that's all we have for now. Maybe something else grows another season. I don't know. Alright, let's start trimming. By the way, you can only pick or trim. You cannot do the 2 actions on the same plant. Also pick some of these so we can get branches to build our tools. Oh yeah, this is where you change the recipe. If you look at our kitchen, you can see we can make multiple types of food. If our people are bored of their food, we can start cooking those ashy kernels. Do we have some yet? Geez, those will start in a warehouse. I'm not sure it's supposed to be edible, but once we get enough, we can make some pancakes with that. Yeah, get me those kernels right next to the nails. Okay, we need branches to do our tools. Oh, I didn't assign anyone to it. That explains it. And we can get mushrooms from these giant fungus. I guess it makes sense. You can only rip them out, though. Okay, we did our dishes. We have our better meals, which fills up our hunger at 60% instead of 20. That's pretty good. Still low on veggie. Everything is set to be picked up. Nothing more we can do. I'm gonna change some of the plants to be trim instead of pick. I feel we need more branches than we need food. I want to remove them. I don't need pancakes yet. Another cycle has begun. Alright, well, we're starting to have branches. That's good. And like last time, we don't have enough people. There's nothing to analyze. I'm gonna remove you from there. Maybe 2 here. Gee, some transfer requests are never performed. Not a good sign. What we did should help. Okay, we have 70 meals. We have a lot of water. Maybe that toxic Oasis place was the right place to settle. Have to wait for tools. Alright, we're starting it. That's good. Oh, we have 90. We have enough to build a lot of it. Making sure our water supply is still good. Seems fine with 2 for now. I'll build an additional house. The branch issue is probably because we had too many people assigned and they were not able to move the branches to the right building. Alright, we've learned how to refine. We get 4 more adults. I guess people see our little oasis of joy is getting better. Alright, now we need to make people want to live here. Some civil engineering. This is the part that can get confusing. The next part will be about fulfilling the need of our exiles. There's a concept of district. And for this, you need to build a square. And then depending on the requirements around it, it's going to get fulfilled. And those give huge bonuses to the needs of our exiles. So let's look at this. Here's our cultural square. Planning to make the town around here. And the first district we have to build will make our exiles happy, so it's better to have the houses around it. We still have some rocks to pick up. Yeah. A new tree is growing, I think. Nice. And we'll start picking up this to make some pancakes. Alright, our square is ready. When you click on it, there was not that pop-up during the demo. It was really hard to find. So you have different type of district you can create with the cultural square. So we want to create a social district, which means we'll need a canteen and 3 houses. That's just the minimum requirements, though. There's other buildings that can improve it, as you will see. And these are the score for the district. The goal of this game is really to increase your city prosperity, and you do that by building some really nice district scores. Here's a canteen. Very, very large coverage. Should be good here. This is going to help fill the social requirements of our houses. And here you can see the building that increases the score for this. There's also some buildings that brings a negative score. As an example, pretty lucky the forge is right next to the radius but not inside. I guess some cabbage is smelly, but what can you do about it? It's close. And we can do other stuff, like we can build some benches, tables. Okay, let's look at our district score. We are at 180. We can easily increase that by putting a little awning, a well, building. So let's look at that. Nice little table at the corner. And this little awning will increase the score of all our houses. Oh, that's about what I was explaining. The houses have different needs and we gotta provide for them. An example, if you put a well-being building next to your house, well, the well-being will increase. You really just have to be careful because some stuff doesn't stack. And I'll need to build a sand garden afterward, but I'm gonna build this little sun awning first. We have some of that resources without any issue. Oh, we don't have enough houses. All right, let's fix this. We have a lot of rock still, so I'll build these houses with this. And I'll build another one. Okay, let's do the scent garden. That's going to increase the well-being and the social in range. That has a very wide radius. I'll put it here. Oh, it's at the limit. Okay. All right, we completed our scent garden. Let's assign 4 people to it so they can sniff the flowers and appreciate, I guess. Ooh, our citizen noticed a luminous dot. We're going to learn about exploration. So research is about unlocking building, bonuses, and things like that. There's also cultural research to improve the quality of life. And the exploration will be about sending little missions around the world. Before moving forward, let's do a bit of housekeeping first. We're missing vegetable in here. I'm gonna add a third little guy to this. Otherwise, they're all selected. It's just a matter of waiting and having more people do the job. And if we really get low, I'll switch to the ashy kernels. One more thing. Our water is still very good, but next season is the dry season. There's a lot of capacity in here. Adding another water tower wouldn't help. Okay, we're good. We're way beyond the amount that we need. Okay, one last thing. Our housing is full, so I'll build a couple more houses again. We have a lot of tree bark and it can be regenerated, so I'll build the houses with this one instead. Okay, now let's do a research center. This requires one of the artifacts that we pulled out earlier. It's also a huge radius. I'll put it here next to the field lab. Almost done. Our research center is completed. We have a lot of little guys available, so let's pack this up. And let's go to our research tree. This building seems to give additional method of handling trees, you know, like pruning, trimming, stuff like that. I'll try it after we're done with all our expeditions and stuff. A Hall of Wisdom, that seems to be for the cultural research, which I believe, if I remember, it's its whole own tech tree. Better roads. But no, let's do what the game is asking us to do first so we don't get distracted too much. I was looking around while the research was being completed, and I saw that if you trim cabbage, you don't get the smelly waste, so I'll switch it to use the other cabin instead. This thing is smelly and it grows nearby. I might just trim it just for seeds. Oh, our research is completed. I want to see what this arborist workshop is. The game is not asking us to do it, but I want to do it while we do something else. Okay, next, so now we can do the exploration hut. Oh, that's pretty cool. I think I'll build this as well. I like this, we'll be able to have people assigned specifically to move things around. Okay, now let's build the explorer's hut. Okay, our assignment tower is completed. If we put some people in there, they'll transport double the amount. They cannot build, but it's a good trade-off. If you've played other games like Frostpunk, your expeditions will sound familiar to you. We have this nice little world map, and we have things to explore. So we need to explore that strange glow here, and that's where the tutorial ended, so I'm quite curious to see what's going to happen when we go there. Again, look at this art style, it's awesome. Oh, next season will be a dry season. We'll see what dies, then next time we know what to pick up before it dries up. Ooh, the expedition has reached its destination. Let's click on that. The explorers discover a dozen small courtyards made of stone and sit close to one another. At the center of these courtyards, there are two symmetrical cylinders lying diagonally. When one of the explorers triggers a slab in one of the courtyard, the left cylinder starts hissing steam toward the sky, while the right cylinder projects some light into the steam. Water droplets are used as a screen for a projected image showing a rampart in ruins overlooked by massive towers. Looks like we stumble into an old movie theater. Let's analyze the image and get some culture, I would think. We don't need that much water, and we can't do this one. Much to the party's disappointment, it turns out that the projected cities was never built. The projectors only contains the memory of an ambition, a city that would transform with its inhabitant natural desires, instead of creating and structuring said desires. The blueprints are still worth seeing, and the explorers copy the plans and ideals behind the project in their notebook. Okay. And we need to draw some water. The cylinders allowing the projectors to create the screens are covered in condensation, which, if delicately treated, can be collected. Due to its origin, the resulting water is particularly rich in mineral. Okay, we got 2 artifacts. Seems like a good haul. Oh, this is the cave we're supposed to explore. We did a little bit of extra exploration. Once our people are back, we'll send them to this one. Okay, and now let's go explore that blinking light. Our arboriculture is done. And let's see that new building we just unlocked. Okay, it's not in the bad list. Put it near our trees then. A lot of these plants are starting to be in the way. Let's pick those. Oh, and our expedition has reached its destination. In the bed of what had probably been a strong stream long ago, the explorers followed the luminous signal that's spotted from their city, and that leads to a cave entrance. Although the cold coming out of the cave appears to the thirsty travelers, it forebodes something strange. Once they enter the cave's narrow entrance, their path stops, closed off by a rectangular slab. The interstices on both sides are lit in a rather chaotic way. The rays of light seem to persist in the air and on the dust. What could this slab be hiding? Let's use some water. It seems like a good idea. The explorer freeze and hold their breath, listening to the water seeping into the cracks and cavities of the cave's ground. Using echoes to guide their action, they discover a side passage. The tunnel had obviously been dug by human hands. Some tools lie on the ground, apparently abandoned by their owner. The party collects them before carrying on their expedition. Guess we have no choice to enter and we get protective gear. Okay. There is a vortex in the middle of the room. Uh-oh. With a glow that provokes headache. Uh-oh, even more. A metallic contraption forms a perimeter around the whirlwind, but it is hard to guess its use as it seems to be out of order. One of the explorers introduces a tool in the vortex by fixing it to a rope, and the items come back unarmed. Okay. She asks for permission to explore inside the vortex. Sure. I mean, why are we here if not for this? The explorers comes out of the vortex, her face and body marked with the blue symbols found on the tablet. She seems filled with new wisdom. Ooh. Right. The game is telling us this could have been risky, but I guess we got lucky this time. Give me a blinking symbol any day of the week. I'll go see what it is. And this is not going to be very long of a tutorial for this one because our city prosperity is already way above 800. But the interesting mark is that it's the sum of all the district score, with a bonus for each district and all housing score. And there's a penalty if we have homeless people. And that's it for this one as well. Okay, it seems there'll be other groups for us to interact at some point. There was that lake on the world map, maybe it's another base. Hey, as I normally say in our industry, map complete. There's one little thing I want to test before we're done though. I want to look at this arborist building. Yeah, let's see if there's different tasks that you can do on the trees for this. Okay, we can definitely select the trees. Oh, now I can probably do a research for pruning. Yeah, that must have unlocked with our new building. Alright, the research is completed. It does! Okay, that's good. So that means we could see anything that can be pruned now. At least for the trees. Let's do one and then end the video. Oh yeah, it's picking up branches now. Ooh, it makes it tiny, but that's normal, I guess. It's just pruned it. Alright, that's a good place to end this video. Really enjoying this, so I'm definitely going to do another video of this. I'll probably try the next mission, because at least it's going to be new stuff I haven't seen. Most of this was the same in the tutorial. As usual, thanks everyone for watching, and have a great day.